All right, we're going to move on to some cool lists that made the top 64. Different ones that we have. I put the Emperor Palpatine one in here just for you, Alex. I know it's not your favorite color, but I did put it in here just for you.
It is good old Palpatine, though. Yeah, it's Palp Yellow. And this has triple ISB agent. Sure. Triple Salacious, 1 Confiscate, triple McClunky, triple Aura Sing, triple Bazine, triple No Good to Me Dead, 1 Sneak Attack, triple of the Contracted Hunter. That's the 4/4 ambush that dies at the end of the round. But, like, whatever. You could also palp it if you needed to. It was going to die anyways. Triple the Elite P-38s, triple Super Laser Tech, triple Resupply, 1 Waylay, triple Legacy Run, very funny and Palpatine, double Traitorous, main deck triple Change of Heart, which is what I love. I main deck Change of Hearts and any Palp Yellow, triple Vader, 1 Maul, triple Reinforcement Walker, and triple Devastator, as one should always have. In the side, you have a 2nd Confiscate, double Bamboozle, the 2nd Sneak Attack, double Fell the Dragon, double Palp's Return, and double Relentless. I mean, a lot of these force decks kind of act as mid-range deck, and Palpatine's generally really good into mid-range stuff. And when, a quarter of the field's Han and generally damaging their own units, Palpatine's pretty easy to trigger. To steal something. Maybe they're not paying attention and they're just like, I drop Crate Dragon on 8 resources, and you're like, great, I'm Palpatine. That's my Crate Dragon now.
Yeah, and I like the Legacy Run. That was kind of a neat little thing that they were putting in there. Because you're playing it on 5-6 resources. Typically, you could palp the stupid thing, and then you're able to spread your damage. Yeah, and you can spread it out. It's like an OB. This list also doesn't have OB as an FYI. Yep. People are moving away from it, and it's not the end of the world. How about that?
And people gave me so much crap for not having it in certain decks that I had. But the ISB agent's kind of interesting to me as well. I'm not sure if it's just because you drop them to do 1 damage, so you always trigger Palpatine's ability, or if it's just the ping away things with 1 health. Because you can't McClunky it or anything. So it's interesting. Also, speaking of McClunky, you can McClunky the Contracted Hunter, which is kind of funny to me. To figure out different ways of preserving this stupid thing or benefiting off of it. But I like the deck. I'm not a yellow Palp player, but it seems really solid. The 1 Sneak Attack is a little bit weird to me. Presumably because you want to use it for things like the Legacy Run or your Reinforcement Walker, or a Devastator to swing for 10 into base, which is really funny. Play Sneak Attack, drop the Devastator, do 9 damage to something, then swing in for 10. Yeah. So I think there'd be a little bit more than 1 copy in the deck.
Yeah, and I think the big thing with this is you have to be able to have a unit to palp so that you can draw your cards. I understand but this deck feels like it struggles against anything that runs a pillage or anything that's going to run force throw and just say, screw you, I'm going to throw your hand away. I think that's also why those ISB agents are in there a little bit too, is so that if they do force throw you, you've got a 1-drop unit and they can't kill your unit you want to palp.
I guess. I mean, it is a 1-cost thing, so I was thinking more if it's a cheap unit to Palpatine or a cheap
it is that too.
Ping. But yeah.
So
also 1 Waylay is kind of wild to me.
Yeah, you think you'd want a little bit more than that, right? You have 1 Confiscate too, so you're running a 1-off Confiscate and a 1-off Waylay. How often are you seeing those?
Yeah, you don't really have actual removal, which is very strange in a Palpatine deck, which is kind of where the sideboard comes in with the Fells. But I don't know. I mean, the McClunky is cool, I guess, but also it just seems a little excessive. But you have
where's your 4-loms? Yeah, why are we not running 4-loms as well?
I mean, you have good McClunky targets, right? You have the Bazines, which is really nice. You can do it for the P38s. You can do it for Aura, even though it's a little bit iffy. I guess you could do it for Salacious, which is kind of funny.
You can. It's like
Just
an
the
early
force pick him
Tarkin
up
sound.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of funny. You could like pull Salacious up and then like drop him and then McClunky him
Mm-hmm.
and then drop him again. Heal 2 and dole out 4 damage, but I don't know. It just seems a little bit unnecessary. Or like if you need the McClunkies, why are you only running 1 Maul? You think you might go like 2-2 with Vader. But like Vader target pulls too are kind of awkward because it's just like the 38s and like Bazines and Aura.
And
Contracted
yeah, because
hunters
the
aren't
contract
villains.
can't do anything. Yeah.
Right. And like, I mean, Salacious is fine. Maybe that's why the ISB agents in there are pull 3 of them with a Vader.
I guess it's 1 extra damage, right? Because you can pull it, reveal the card, and then Vader hits for 6. I guess I can see that. That's not. If you get that combo,
like,
that's not a bad combo.
It works with like if you drop like an Aura or a Bazine, and then you have like a Salacious or an ISB to back it up with, because you can pull more than 1 card off of Vader, kind of thing. So
yeah, I can see that. I guess.
It's interesting. It's not my style of Palpatine, but I'm glad that Palpatine like got top 16 at Worlds.
Yeah.
Sorry, Galactic Worlds.
Galactics.
All right. What I said.
The next one we have is the Boba Fett Data Vault. There's nothing too shocking in here, but I did want to cover this because I think this deck has a lot more legs than people give it credit for. I ran into this issue when I played Kira into it.
Yep.
But I do think that like this also can give Hans trouble because they're damaging everything and they can't absorb damage. So I thought it would be fun to kind of cover it. Yeah. Like if they don't pull everything correctly, sure, fine. But I like the DK1 probe droid thing that they added. So this one has 3 daring raids, 3 of the Legion Prides, 2 DK1 probe droids, 3 of Alex's favorite card, HK47, 3 Kylo silencers, 3 TIE bombers, 2 force chokes, 2 of the disabling Fang fighters, 3 droid missile platforms, 3 of the super laser tech, 2 TIE daggers, 3 open fires, 3 resupply, 3 of Boba Fett's ship, 2 of the IG-2000s, 3 of the MC, are they 30s? Yep. MC-30 frigates, 3 of the OBs, 3 Ruthless Raiders, 3 planetary bombardments, 3 Mauls, 3 Devastator Reds, and 2 Palpy Boys. Their sideboard is 2 of the Eager Escorts, 2 of the, I can't remember the name of that.
Craving Power.
Thank you. Craving Powers, 2 Pelps Returns, 2 Reinforcement Walkers, and 2 Crate Dragons. It's a little weird not seeing Crate Dragons main decked in this one, but you probably don't need them most of the time, especially into the Han meta.
Love me some Palpatines, though. That's always fun to see.
I know I got all those special Palpatines. I could just play this deck.
Do it.
Put my special Palpatines in.
I've always liked Boba Data Vault. I think is like a solid deck. I guess it makes sense that they're playing Kylo Silencer instead of something like the Strike Ships, because you probably don't want both like your TIE bombers and your Strike Ships to not be swinging back in space. So that's a little bit rough, but I mean, it's a solid deck. I enjoy it. I wish Dengar was in here. You have enough underworld targets for some shenanigans.
Yeah, I don't know if Dengar's good enough. I guess to me, you would cut the OBs and put Dengars in there if you wanted to do that. That's really the only spot you can put.
Actually, in retrospect, it's mostly just like the IGs and the fast fire sprays. If you had the strike ships, though, that's what the.
Then you could do that. You could put strike ships instead of the TIE bombers too, if you wanted.
Yeah, but then you're missing on indirect damage for Boba.
Yep. Not saying it's
like it.
good, just saying it is.
Hey, HK triggers Boba's ability, right?
He does. Yep.
So, always fun.
And the DK1 Pro droids are absolutely hilarious because they could strip off like constructed lightsabers. They could strip off generals' blades, shields. Yeah, like it's like
legal authorities.
Yeah, I like it quite a bit actually.
A bunch of the non-named Jedi lightsabers, including Jedi lightsaber.
Yeah. I think for me the only difference is looking at where you put Boba Fett. Like I think I would go down to only 2 of the OBs, and I would have like I would probably, if it were me, I would really want that 3rd DK probe droid in there. But
Wild
I mean
that there's no First Order stormtroopers.
Yeah, they don't have those, and they don't have the what's the other TIE ship that pings when it dies? I can't remember the name of it. Or the little droid. It's not a ship. It says droid. It's the B1. Those battle droids. They have battle droids too that also do like 2 damage to your base.
Oh, the OOM ones.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah, the 2 ones that deal 2 to the base when defeated.
Yeah, I like those over. Personally, I like those over daring raids, but I can see why you want a daring raid.
Play the OOMs and the HKs and the Dark One Pro droids. You can almost justify putting in the green invisible hand.
You could, I guess.
take a page out of the Piet decks and just start running a bunch of low cost droids.
That'd be so dirty.
It's funny.
But I do like this deck. This is like a burn style deck. I'll be honest with you. Like I probably should just switch and start playing this because this is like this is like my flavor of non like hard control that I really like. You know, like it's a better aggro deck than I
you know how annoying
people give it credit for.
Boba Fett is on an MC30. He swings for 10 with overwhelm. And he's got 9 health.
Yeah. But I do think this is a list people have slept a little bit on, and I think this is going to be something you'll see at PQs. So, all right, let's move on. 48th place was Luke for Data Vault. I wanted to cover this list. I wanted to cover this list because like this feels like an Alex list here, minus the 1 home 1. Like I'm a little confused why they only have 1 of those in there. But like this has
that long.
Yeah, this list is hilarious. So Alex, what is this list? Tell us what this list is.
Yeah, so Luke Pilot Data Vault. Do really like this list actually. You're right. So this is double salvage, double of the Crackshot V-Wing, triple R2D2 pilot, triple of the Hot Shot maneuver. That's the choose a friendly unit for each odd attack it has, just do 2 damage to a different enemy unit, and then you also attack. So, pretty cool. Triple Bounty Hunter's Quarry, which I like, because you can throw that on things and Luke can just do 1 damage to them. Right? Like, you are doing damage across with Luke's ability and all that kind of stuff, so that's really cool. Double of the Anakin's Interceptor, triple the 2-cost Black 1, triple Green Squadron A-Wing, triple of the Gray Squadron Y-Wing, that's the indirect damage without being called indirect damage 1, double Jedi Starfighter, triple Red Squadron Y-Wing, that's the one with actual indirect damage, triple Air Superiority, which I've always enjoyed, double Stay on Target, should be triple, man, let me tell you. But triple Blue Leader, double Disabling Fang Fighter, double the White Falcon, triple Red 5, triple Sabine's Masterpiece, double Open Fire, double the Green Pose, triple Resistance Blue Squadron. That's the A-Wings that you deal damage equal number of friendly space units to 1 unit. Double of the Adelphi Patrol Wings, always love those. Triple Chewbacca, and 1 home 1. In the side, you have the 3rd Salvage, 3rd Disabling Fang Fighter, double Eager Escort Fighters, a single Kit Fisto's Aether's right. Just jack that up to 3 now if you're worried about those Kylo decks. Double Choose Sides, always funny. Double U-Wing Reinforcements, and a second home 1. And it's just space aggro.
Like this is
not at 1 health.
Yeah,
there
this
you go.
Heavy space aggro. So
yeah, I have a local of mine who plays like Luke Pilot Tarkentown, which is a very annoying deck to deal with. But I mean, Data Vault means you're probably better in the other aggro matchups because you have more health than them. The consistency doesn't really matter. And you just go and then just try to hit, and then you can ping things. I'm a little bit surprised there's no like K-turns in here, because like you can actually do that pretty decently by just like shoving Luke into a lower attack ship. Because he gives you +4. K-turns are like 6 attack or less, right? So you put it on like your like the A-wings, right? Or like the Y-wings or something that you can attack with Luke, do a lot of damage, and then K-turn them back.
yeah, and yeah, I am surprised that too, because usually you see those in this in the Luke decks. That's like definitely something that has been happening. I like that they have 2 different Y-wings in here. It's like, all right, cool, you know, like Merry Christmas, I guess.
Well, you also need a certain amount of fighters, right, for Luke's ability.
Yeah, so I like that part of it, just because I think that's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, my local's running the Gray Squadron Y-wings, and it does like kind of become annoying sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot less good when they have shields.
Yes, because then they just absorb it, and then you're like, oh.
Also surprised, like, you don't have like one more pilot in here, like a cheap one, like maybe Frisk or something, because it's a little bit more upgrade hate, plus like more pilots for Black Ones and just other ships.
Yeah, because you could put the Frisk in, right? There's no Luke pilots in here either. That was the bigger surprise to me.
Yeah,
is I would almost actually like that over the Chewies. Personally, myself, I like Luke pilot as a pilot in this type of a deck. I don't know. It would be funny if somebody built a Luke pilot yellow deck, because I've never seen anybody run that, but then you'd be able to run Hans on some of this crap, right? And then you would have the Hans that could just snapshot in, right, to some extent.
Yeah, but like a lot of them have kind of low attack, but like the good ones aren't fighters, they're like transports.
Oh,
like,
that's right.
A lot of good like red fighters, right? The V-wings, Black Ones, Anakin's interceptors, A-wings, all that stuff. But yeah, you're not doing a lot with like hitting someone with a mining guild tie and then using Luke pilot, right?
True.
So
yeah, I like the list though. I do like this list. I think this is kind of like a crop up that we could see replacing some of Sabine as we move forward. So
it's a slower, more heroic version of my Von Reg deck, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. The next one we have is Pre-Vizsla Blue, made 49th. I will tell you this. We're going to cover. I had to cover this deck just because it was a control deck. And that's why.
Sure.
Like, I just was like, all right, we're going to cover something weird. There's so many one-offs in this deck. I don't understand.
You should give this to JJ. He'll love
it. Yeah. JJ probably can build this deck. No questions asked. All right, so there's 1 repair, 1 restock, just one solely just in the main board.
Okay, well, like, coming from playing Trench, like 1 restock is very normal. In Trench, not so much because you do blow through your deck like crazy. But like, I understand 1 main deck restock in a control deck. Yeah. They would just lose the Trench.
They would lose this deck loses instantaneously to Trench.
Well, all hard control loses to that Trench deck. That's how it's designed, so I don't lose to other control.
Yeah, I don't. This deck is wild.
I love this.
3 top targets, only 1 Bazine, so 1 offsuit Bazine. So you just throw it in your and use it when you have to. 3 Pershings, 3 Entrenched, 3 I Am Your Fathers, 3 Merciless Contest, 2 of the mission briefings to let you draw more cards.
3 cost draw 2.
Yep. 2 Open Fires, which is wild. That's wild to me. 3 powers, 2 fells, 1 takedown, 3 vigilances, 3 bombing runs, because they really were.
I mean,
did not like space aggro. 3 of the No Glories, 2. I don't even know what that card is, but you draw 3 cards.
Strategic analysis. The draw 3 for 5.
1 Anakin, 1 Bounty Hunter offsuit, 3 of the chain or the caught in the crossfire.
What a great card.
Does that card work if you don't have a unit?
Yeah, you choose 2 enemy units and they attack each other.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
It's not worth it for 6, but it's a really cool card. I like it a lot.
3 Super Laser Blast, 1 Vigilant, or 1 Avenger, 1 Nebula Ignition, and 1 Lowly Annihilator. I'm assuming this is a control mill deck. That's all that this does. In your sideboard, you have 1 Repair, 1 Restock, 1 more Mission Briefing, 2 Perilous Position, a second Anakin, a second Bounty Hunter Query, a second Avenger, a second Nebula, and a second Annihilator.
That's funny.
This is not the boss deck we know and love. It's a Pre-Vizsla deck, and Pre-Vizsla comes out on 5 too. So like, you would not think this would make a good control deck, because like, what are you doing bringing Pre-Vizsla out? You know,
hey, he deals damage equal to the number of cards he drew this turn.
He does.
So you take 3 damage instead of 7 for I'm Your Father, and you give him 3 extra cards. Like, there's a bunch of cool stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
Also, if you have enough cards in your hand, Pre-Vizsla is a lot bigger. Right?
Yeah.
Because he's a 6/6 with Saboteur.
Yeah, I do know you could trigger his ability. Like, he is kind of like a single mini OB. Like, if you drew a bunch of cards on your round 5, right? It does allow you to be able to use his ability, then flip him, and do the damage twice in one turn.
Nope.
You can't do it when you. Why not?
If his flip is only if you have 3 or more cards, it gets Saboteur.
Oh,
if
well,
you
then
have 6 or more, he gets +2/+0.
Well, then you never do anything with him, I guess.
You just constantly do the damage with him.
Yeah, he just uses other ability. I don't know. I'll be honest. This is not my personal style of control deck.
It's kind of wild.
It's different.
You draw a lot, presumably. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't play this. Seriously, though.
Let's move on to Kaz Blue. Alex, this is reminiscent of something you like to play.
Yes, I have a very nasty Kaz Blue deck. Kind of went through it a little bit. This is not quite it. It's different. I can respect it. Not my preference, but it I can see why it does well. I mean, space aggro with a lot of high health units is pretty nice. So this is Kaz, just 30 health. I've occasionally seen a couple Security Complex. I did attempt a Colossus, but I settled on 30 health. So you got triple the Cartel Turncoat, triple the Dagger Squadron Pilot. That's the 2/1 guy for 1. Triple R2D2 Pilot, triple the Wolfpack Escort, triple Attack Run. That is the attack with 2 space units, neutral card from the last set. Triple the Corporate Defense Shuttle. Love that thing. Big 3/5 for 2 that can attack. Triple Fireball, triple the N1 Starfighter, triple Covering the Wing, triple Surprise Strike, triple the Death Space Skirmisher. I know you love that Invader. Triple of the triple of both the yellow and the white Millennium Falcon. Triple stolen AT Hauler, triple of the Cargo Frigate. Love that thing. 6/7 for 5 that gets reverse grit. Triple the Han Pilot and double Plo Koon. In the sideboard, you have double Bamboozle, double L3, triple Ogdo Bogdo, and triple Outmaneuver. I love my main deck Ogdo Bogdos, and those things are so good when you just don't care like about the damage. They're just 5/5s for 3. But yeah, just Kaz space aggro, go really fast. I'm actually a little surprised they don't have something like Boshex, because you can kind of, if you trim like the N1 Starfighters and covering the wings make them a little bit different. Cards you can actually hit Boshak pretty frequently, and I'm a little bit surprised they have like attack run over something like
Punch it.
Punch it, yeah, which is what I usually run.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't have 2 space units. I also have, like breaking ins, which are very good.
Yeah, I say breaking in is a lot better. I think the big thing. I don't like that Dagger Squadron pilot personally. I think I don't.
Neither do I.
I would rather run a Y-wing over those things. And Y-wings aren't even that good.
I have triple the Republic Y-wings in there too, because like 1-3. If I put Kaz on there, I don't get taken down immediately. Yeah, because I have 6 health.
So I like those better overall than the Dagger Squadrons. I don't like those. I do understand some of this. I will say, I mean, the Bosheks, I mean, you would have to trim a little bit more, I think, to get Bosheks in there.
I think I have like 16 cards that are even. So as long as I'm drawing 1 card off Boshek, you're generally really good. I do hit 2 more frequently than I hit 1.
Yeah,
just because that's how math works.
Yeah, and I've been saying this before, like the surprise strike, yeah, whatever. The 1 extra damage is great, but like being able to just use breaking in, like I switched to breaking ins in the Vader deck before. So yeah, you must have just run the covering of the wing then.
Oh no, I don't have covering the wing. I don't have attack run. I just have like surprise strike, breaking in, punch it, and a couple waylays.
Yeah. They notably don't
too,
have.
Which are really nice. Lothwolves are great. You lose the Sentinel, but it's still a 3/3 for 2.
Well, it's only if he only loses the Sentinel if you choose for it to lose Sentinel.
Yeah. If you want,
you could just leave it. Yeah, you could just leave that thing on the ground and say, "All right, fine, deal with my 3/3, baby."
I also have Leia's instead of like the Death Squadron skirmishers, because Leia is just an incredible first turn play when you could drop a Leia and like a Cartel Turncoat.
Yeah.
Or like a Y-Wing or anything, or just like sometimes you just need to exhaust something big.
Yeah. I like the deck. I do think this probably caught a lot of people by surprise, because this can be fast. It can come out of nowhere. I played against a Kaz green. That was one of my rounds, and yeah, I was like, I don't like the one game he didn't
kill all their spaceships.
Yeah. My Han just ate it pretty easily, though. My Han ate it pretty easily. So I don't know. Like I don't know. Maybe he was just a little bit less experienced. I think that might have been a little bit of it. But yeah, like in one game he didn't have any turn 1 plays somehow. I was like, I don't know how you don't have a turn 1 plays in this deck. Like you should definitely have like 14 turn 1 plays.
I got a lot more than that. Like, how do you? Oof, that's rough.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on to the Chancellor Palpatine list, and this will be the last one that we cover, because this is the 64th place one. So there you go. This one has 2 Anakin Skywalkers, your favorite.
Anakin pilots.
Yes, Anakin
Not
pilots.
the other Anakins that have a serialized version of. Those things are worthless.
3 Bazines, 3 N1s, 3 Yaddles, 3 of the Padawans, 3 Red Squadron X-Wings, which actually, I feel like putting this deck together because I have those stupid things in Prestiges. Like, somehow I have 3 of those in Prestiges. I don't even know how.
The Red Squadrons.
Yes.
Those didn't come in Prestige.
Blue Squad. Oh, I have Blue Squadrons then.
Yeah, those are really good.
Yeah. I have Blue Squadrons. That's what I have. Yeah. 1 Tech, 3 Yodas, 3 Power of the Dark Sides, 3 Frozen and Carbonites, 3 Darth Tyrannuses, 3 of the Talzin's Assassins, 3 Shatterpoints, 3 No Glories, 3 Anakin, 3 Luke, 1 Lonely Snoke all by himself, 3 Super Laser Blasts, and then a Lonely Avenger by himself. In the side, they have 2 restocks, which I don't know what the restocks are in there for. I guess we could talk about that in a minute. 3 Bamboozles, that makes sense. 1 Kaz Fireball, 3 Jedi lightsabers, and 1 Vigilance. I would be running 3 Vigilances main deck in this deck.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to play this deck. I'm just going to just be frankly honest that this is not a Tanner style deck. I tried to get Palpatine to work and I just could not do it whatsoever. They do have a lot of ways of getting the Force in this deck, kind of. At the beginning, but that's about it. I don't know. Like I don't know what this deck, because you don't have a leader, so you constantly are flipping, and I don't know. You have to trade with units to get your leader to flip, but if you don't trade with them, I don't know. So I don't understand. I'll be honest, I don't understand how to get this deck, how this deck plays, and I don't understand one vigilance. Like that's like.
It also doesn't have like a particularly stellar endgame either. Like, I mean, you got like triple Luke, a Snoke, triple Anakin, and like an Avenger, which is nice. But for the effort you're putting in to get to that end game, it doesn't seem like it does enough to like close out games. Maybe that's just because I play a lot of decks that have really strong end games, because I try to get to the end game and win in the end game instead of playing a lot of aggro. I just don't quite get this. Also seems like it loses the space aggro, but like
I don't know.
There's control, and like you it's weird because like the N1s have like the low health for trading into spaceships, but also like your other first turn plays. I mean, the Youngling Padawan makes sense because you're running a 4 space, but like Yaddle has 4 health, so you're not really trading Yaddle, but you are getting the restore 1 and the Force, but that like kind of messes up like a turn play. I don't know. I don't like Chancellor Palpatine at all, ironically, and this is not really my style of deck, and I feel like if I tried to build a deck with both heroic and villainy aspects, I would always have the wrong colored cards in my hand, which I feel like does happen semi-frequently.
Yeah. I do like, so like I said, some of it makes a little bit of sense. Like I think you can use your Yodas and your Yaddles to begin with to, heal and do your fun things, but I don't know.
Yeah, because like your leader flip healing is like there, but not like incredibly relevant. Like it's just you do 2 damage to their base when you flip them back, and you get a 2/2 token. But I'm not a strong believer in this deck.
Yeah, I will say
he plays it very, very good.
He plays it very well. They made top 64. We did not think of the cool labor site or the cool packs or whatever.
I can't wait for everyone I know to try to play this deck, because that will just be feasting on that. Because I think it's incredibly difficult to play, and I don't particularly like the lines. And knowing me with very strong end games, I'm okay with 3 Lukes, a Snoke, and an Avenger.
Yeah. Not having all the Avengers seems weird. Most of the time, I see them with the Avengers. So, but I mean, like the guy did very well. Maybe I'll find the guy. Maybe I'll see if I can find whoever played it and see if they'll come on the show too. So we can just talk.
Ask him why he's playing the wrong Palpatine.
Well, we can. That'll be the opening line of the show.
Like they just disconnect immediately from there, right?
No, I don't remember the gentleman's name, but I do know he's in a couple of my Discord. So I will see. Maybe I'll see if maybe we'll just have like everybody on all the time. Maybe we'll just
not like the trash the guy. Like obviously he's incredibly good. I just don't get a deck like this.
Yeah, no. The idea would be is let's have somebody on that can actually explain. Let's explain the deck. Let's talk through the lines. Like I think that would be a fun thing.
We should get them on Trench. Same colors.
Well, we could. Maybe we'll have him and our Trench person on at the same time.
We should have an all Trench tournament.